going to be a good game.
Otherworldlyculture.com.
Vegas.com. That's actually a real website, I'm sure. Hold on. All right, no, don't hold on. An umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies, the 1958 horror flick Fiend Without a Face, and the 1938 sports movie Alibi Ike, starring Joe E. Brown, Marshall Thompson, the beautiful Kim Parker, Olivia de Havilland, William Frawley, Canasta Reeves, Terry Kilborn. Now two guys who know it's never fun when the rabbit's got the gun. Tim Crutchman and Jeff Miller.
Where is that coming from? Why has a rabbit got a gun?
Ask Elmer Fudd.
What is wrong with rabbits and guns?
I don't want a rabbit to have a gun.
Difficult times. We don't need rabbits running around with guns. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dead on the Bases. This is the show where a sports fan gets a horror movie to watch and a horror fan is subjected to some of the most awful cinema that's ever been produced.
Slanted. You know what?
True.
We should have someone come in here that's not for either of us and just describe that. Because you always, every week, Tim. Every week, Tim.
What do I do?
Oh, this sports movie sucks.
Well, it does.
It gets old.
It's so sucky.
It does not.
It's so sucky. Hey, everybody, that's Jeff Miller. He actually taught chimpanzees how to play billiards in South America by utilizing specially flavored bananas and infinite seeds.
Okay. Yeah, I did that.
You could introduce me.
I was just, yeah.
No, you didn't. And
Tim,
I'm hurt. So I'm going to cry, everybody.
Here's Tim. Yeah, again.
I'm going to go and watch First Dog in the other room.
This is one of his many personalities that I have to weave through in the next hour. Weave.
Okay.
Anyways, no, you don't have a... Well, do you have a weave on?
What did you get?
No,
what movie did you give?
Wait a second. Tim is the horror aficionado.
I am.
Okay. So what movie did I give you? Did I give you a movie?
You did give me a movie.
Yeah,
you subjected me to Alibi Ike.
Alibi Ike is
90-year-old creaky movie.
It's a sports movie though, and it's decent. But go ahead.
I don't even know if you could call it black and white. It's like white in absence of black.
Are you kidding me? No, he's in there. Snowflake. Go ahead. If you know.
I gave Jeff the real deep cut Fiend Without a Face. If you're not in horror, you probably have never heard this. And those of us in horror all talk about this movie because it's way ahead of its time. It's way ahead of its time and maybe never should have been made, but whatever.
No, you know what though? You're right.
It's different. It's very different.
It's very 1950s.
That's what we're going to be talking about first because Jeff, you have the first review on today's program.
The first and probably the best review. Anyways.
What?
Because I'm so open-minded.
That'll be the first time.
I'm so very open-minded when it comes to my movies.
Oh my God.
Anyways, as long as it's not The Collector or
any other fine film.
What was that one with the tree and the
Conjuring?
Yes.
You love that movie.
Oh no.
Don't even pretend.
Anyways,
it's getting old. You're ruining your own.
Oh, here we go.
trademark.
So, anyways, back
to the movie.
So
go ahead. Tell us how long it was.
Well, no, I actually have something to say before that.
Really?
So in my mind,
do you see that your email and stuff is going across the bottom?
So here's the thing.
Otherwise, you usually claim that I didn't do it.
So for 10 seasons now, we have a week that is a throwback week.
True.
Nostalgia week, whatever you want to call it. But in my mind,
just like in sports, they wear the throwback uniforms. That's a throwback film.
That's a great analogy. Thank you.
I thought that was your analogy.
Anyways, so
I don't really listen to Jeff when he's talking.
The thing of it is that in my mind, I'm always in like 1980 or 1970. So to give you a movie in 1958, it's like, oh, that was a throwback. But when you think about it, Tim, that movie is that.
Oh, he's doing math.
I don't even know.
I can hear it from over
But
here.
it's older than what you think. So really, throwback movies now are those movies in the 70s and the 80s. Yeah. So Rocky is basically a throwback, but we don't treat it. But I didn't treat it like that when I gave it to you.
We treat it like it's a modern film for some reason because...
That's where...
Well, you know what the reasoning is?
Huh.
The 80s was the greatest decade that ever occurred.
There's no doubt about that.
And a lot of it was because it was the heralding of my appearance. I was on the earth.
Okay.
And you know how there's BC and AD?
This is BT?
BT.
Or this is AT. This is AT.
AT. We're in AT.
After, oh my God.
After Tim's birth.
Anyways, Feast Without a Face. No.
Halloween is just a festival to celebrate my birth.
Fiend Without a Face is a 1958 movie. It doesn't even have a rating. It does not have a rating, which I found unique. But if you were going to rate it nowadays, it'd be PG. It's an hour and 14 minutes long. And that hour and 14 minutes, Tim, is the perfect length. If it goes a minute longer, if it goes a minute shorter, they somehow hit 114 probably without even trying. So,
they were trying. They were trying. Back then, this would have been a B feature. And probably on a double bill was probably a better film.
I think it was called Bombardier Squad or something. Actually, I did check that out. The movie before.
Oh, the movie that it played with?
Yeah.
It wasn't a horror movie, though.
No, it was called like Bombardier Squad. It's like a war movie or something.
Boy, they would have been shocked going into this one. Oh, it's at a military base. How nice! And then, invisible monsters attacking people for an hour.
Okay, my review's done. Thanks, Tim.
You're welcome.
No. Anyways, so this does feel very.
We're allowed to spoil this because, folks, take a look at the images we have on the screen.
Go back to Kim Parker. There you go.
She is. Yeah.
She is phenomenal.
Sweetie.
I mean, I get a very a Marianne vibe from her.
Yeah.
But I was more for Ginger and for Gilligan's Island. I was more of the Ginger guy.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Anyways, so
you can see what the monster eventually looks like.
Right.
Okay, I'll let you do your review. We'll see how horrible this is.
Wow, man. And I've continued through this for 9 seasons. Why?
Yeah,
why?
I don't understand it myself.
But when you're the champion of as many seasons as I've been, and last year as well, then you just keep on defending your trophy. So this feels very 50s. This is something that
your performance on the show does need defense. I agree.
This is something that Tim and I probably would have grown up watching this on a Saturday afternoon. This is very Saturday afternoon. Yeah. This is right before you watch Charlie Chan, or you were watching Abbott and Costello. This is
Mom Pa Kettle.
Mom Pa Kettle.
I love Mom Pa Kettle.
Was that just about frontiersmen? Because I watched it, but
you never watched it.
I think I did. I think I was bored.
It was hillbillies. It was hillbillies, and it was hillbilly comedy. If you go to Branson, Missouri, it's that comedy.
Okay.
It's the down home. They have like 35 children. They can't remember the names of their kids. It's just idiotic stuff. So it's funny, and it actually, Mom Pa Kettle is important to Universal Films. Because
how is that, Tim?
Thanks for asking, Jeff. Universal Films kind of got itself established with the monster movies, but by Abbott and Costello and all that, the monster movies kind of died out, just like superheroes we're watching right now are dying out. Westerns died out. So the monster movies were dying out, and Abbott and Costello was moving to television. They're like, what the hell are we going to do? And a movie called The Egg and I had a character of Mom Pa Kettle in the movie.
Wow.
And they spun it off into a series of films, and they were so successful for Universal, it kept the studio afloat for many years, because they knew we don't even have to try that hard. We put one of these Mom Pa Kettles out, and people are going to go see the stupid thing, and we're going to make a bunch of money.
What I'm going to tell people right now is just a little sidebar. That movie was called what? Egg and I? What is it called?
Egg and I.
Okay.
Fred McMurray.
No one has ever heard of this. No one has ever known anything about this. So true. If you ever need someone to zoom in on a trivia night at a bar, get in contact with Tim. Go to his email, tim@otherworldlyculture.com.
Let's put up the scores that I have in trivia, because I suck at trivia on here.
No, but with But you have such a knowledge of all these movies and stuff that no one even heard of. The Egg and I?
People have heard of this
Now,
movie.
when you said The Egg and I thought of Egghead on Batman.
Jeff, you are a unique human being.
Anyways.
We see this spotlighted every week
So,
here on Dead on the Basis.
So this movie, it's called Fiend Without a Face. It's an hour and 14 minutes long. But
thank God you got that in there.
But the thing of it is, it's a slow-moving, quick film. It starts out slow, but it starts to ramp up. And at the end, Tim...
It's bedlam and chaos.
It's 4th of July fireworks. You know when stuff is going down. It's just... When you have that grand finale on the 4th of July, that's the main scene. I mean, the fiends are coming in. Do you realize that Fiend is like friend, but it's just missing an R. So it could be friend without a face. If they would have spelled it wrong. All you need is the R in there. So
I'm
it'd be
looking for the hidden camera. Somebody's not. Oh, we have a camera.
No, but when you look at it, it's F. It could be R. Fry end. Wait, friend. Wait, how do you spell friend?
No, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be fry end. So anyway, we got everything going on tonight.
What else?
You know what could happen is one of the Fiend without a face could come in and go, and get you.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right. So back to this movie. So it takes place on a U.S. base in Canada, and what they're doing is they have a bunch of nuclear reactors and all that, and
as you do,
right. And what the U.S. is trying to do is they're trying to spy on Russia. So when they put these planes into the air and they have the nuclear reaction of all this mumbo jumbo going on, they can actually see the Arctic Circle and they can see all the countries around there. So they can spy.
Do they actually print the circle right on the ground so that they know?
No,
it's drive over that dotted line, because I always see it on the map that there's is there a real dotted line?
No. Well, there could be, but I don't think there is.
I think they should.
Well, no, if you go out west, you can go to where all 4 states meet.
Yeah.
You can do that. You know what I'm talking about?
Didn't you send me to the place where...
I went there.
What was it?
It's
the same amount of longitude and latitude and...
So...
The center of the world.
No. The center of the northeast quadrant of the world.
Yeah.
And it's in Wausau, Wisconsin. It's right outside Wausau, Wisconsin.
And it is really a metropolis.
But it's cool to go there because you can say you were there because get this though. The other 3 you can't get to. One of them's in the Himalayas. You can't get to that one. The other 2 are in the ocean. So if you want to do something pretty cool, come to Wisconsin, go to Wausau, and go to the geocentric center of the northeast quadrant of the world.
Yep.
All right. So back to this movie. So this movie was...
There's a lot of farmland right there.
It is, but it's kind of cool because you go through a cornfield.
You gotta walk like a mile off the road. It's very, very difficult for old people like me.
You're not old. Anyway, so this movie being at 1 hour and 14 minutes long, they start out in Canada and you're watching...
How do you get that into every sentence how long it is? How does it happen?
That's what she said. Anyways, so on the radar you can see Russia and they want to spy on Russia to see what they're going to be doing, shooting rockets, shooting missiles, whatever. But
as one does.
But for some reason, there's not enough power, so they keep ramping up the power. And it sort of coincides with what's going on. There's people dying, and they're dying in the woods. They're dying all over the place. But when you see the person die, you don't see anybody there. So that's why it's a fiend, not a friend, a fiend without a face, right?
It's a fiend without a friend.
But, yeah. But anyways, so the main character, Major Cummings, he has a love interest with the woman whose brother was the first victim of the fiend.
Yes.
And that's Kim Parker. Well, her name is Barbara Grizel in the movie, but it's Kim Parker. And if you get a chance to watch this movie, Kim Parker would be the main reason to watch this movie. She's fantastic, Tim.
You're sweet on her.
I didn't even know who she was until I saw this movie, and I would put her...
This is like her only starring role.
But when you think of the 50s and that, you think of like Marilyn Monroe, Jane Manson, all that. I would put her... She's right up there. She's like on the top. She is a nice, like a needle in a haystack, like a nice find. She is something that you would never have thought of, but you see her and you're like, I wish she would have made more movies, because she hasn't been in a lot of movies. And this is actually the only movie she was a lead in.
Yeah.
So you got to see the most of her. And not a fun fact, but just a fact about the movie. There's going to be a shot in this movie when you watch it that's on the poster, and you see her in a towel, right?
We actually just went past that.
Oh, right.
Shot.
And the thing of it is that they make it look like she's coming out of the shower and she's seeing the Fiend. But what it really is Major Cummings walking into her apartment, which I don't know how he did that. He just walked right in. Hey, how you doing?
When you unlock the door, you can do
So
that.
how did he have a key to get in? They weren't.
No, the door was unlocked.
Oh, that's right. The Fiend must have unlocked it. But anyway,
See, there she is.
they make
Dumb.
it so that scene, they make it seem like she's seeing the Fiend, but she's really seeing Major Cummings. And it's
What they don't show you is that he has his pants down.
oh, okay. But what I can
He's
tell you,
pleasuring himself.
no.
I believe that's
No,
that would have made it too much fun.
no, it would have had a rating then. but back to this. So she's actually in her shower scene, and I'm so kind of enthralled with Kim Parker. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time. So she's in this shower scene. Get this, and of course the glass is all frosted. It's not that reason she's in there, but the director wanted her to go in there naked, even though you couldn't see anything. And she's like, "No, I'm just gonna still wear a bathing suit." And you know what? Good for her. I don't know.
He wanted to see her naked.
Well, of course he did. But she was like, no, you know what?
He's a guy.
Right.
Yeah. You're going to say, hey, why don't you,
But I got to give her credit. I got to give her
get
credit.
it on.
Okay. So back to the movie. So what's going on is these people are dying.
Hold on.
There you go. Yeah. Then it would have had a rating for sure.
Yeah.
That guy, I'm glad he died right there. He was a pain. Anyways, so
You made me open this.
I didn't make you do anything. So right there, that scene right there, that scene right there, they're in the where they did the autopsy. And Tim, if you have to agree with me, that was that was all for effect. There's no autopsy room that's that dark.
It was
dark.
like mood lighting. Let's have a nice romantic autopsy at candlelight.
Yeah, and it's just like you're not seeing.
I
anything.
don't get that at all. This bad science. Bad science.
Yeah, I think it was for.
There's a lot of bad science in this movie.
They're doing it so that to scare you. Oh my God! Oh, isn't it? It was
almost like it was lit from below too. It was weird.
Speaking of below, there's a scene where Major Cummings goes to the cemetery, right? And he takes a flashlight with him, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go inside this mausoleum."
Yep.
All right. So he goes down the stairs, and there's one coffin in there, and it's open, and he's checking stuff out, right?
It was open coffin night at the mausoleum.
It was from someone who had just passed away or just got killed by the Fiend without a face.
Yeah.
And he's down there. And the thing of it is that that was the creepiest scene for me because it was cemeteries and mausoleums.
It's gothic. Yeah.
It is. It's really creepy. But it was like, all right, he's got all this space down there. It was like the size of like a rec room or a basement area or whatever.
You got the double wide.
He's got the double wide
mausoleum. When I die, I want double wide mausoleum.
So people can hang out down there with me and chit chat or whatever.
Yeah.
But he gets locked down there. Not locked because there's no lock on it, but the door gets shut and he's like, oh no. So he has to go up and he goes banging on the door and he somehow knocks his flashlight out. It doesn't work anymore.
Somebody's knocking at the door.
So
Somebody's ringing the bell.
ooh, baby, open the door.
Everything goes back to a Beatles song. No, that was
not a Beatles
That
song.
was after Beatles. Paul McCartney and
Yeah,
Wings.
I'm not a big fan. But anyways, so back to the movie. So somehow he gets back down those stairs and lights a match, lights a couple candles. Now, this is all taking place in, I would say, time frame like maybe an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
The next thing that you see is you see him at the top of the stairs trying to get out, and the oxygen from the mausoleum is all of a sudden gone. The two candles just extinguish, and he's like, come on, Tim. How big?
It's a big room, number one. Number two, how do you get a mausoleum to be airtight.
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
the hell? Why? Why would you want it to be airtight?
Right.
Makes no sense.
Zero.
None.
Zero.
Why? I wish this place could be airtight.
Yeah, well, I'm finding out that my place is, and I actually just got some alien tape. I got some alien tape.
Alien tape.
Yeah, to put
What
around
the hell is alien tape?
It's exactly how it sounds. It's alien tape. So what is it? It's for sealing your doors and that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You put it on your door seal, and you can still open and shut the door.
But it closes up the gap.
100%, and it's thick.
I know why aliens developed this. Because when they did the anal probes, they wanted to close it up.
What? Hey, I just saw something about Sammy Hagar was abducted by aliens. I'm not kidding you. He said he was abducted sometime in like 67, 68.
I want to say something about him making the tequila down in Mexico or something, but I'm not going to do it.
No, okay.
I'm not going to do it.
But so check that out too. Go online, check that out. Sammy Hagar abducted by aliens. It's wild because then he writes a song in 1975 because, okay, let me just digress. Let me just take a sidebar.
Big shocker.
So Sammy Hagar, right?
This story will be 1 hour and 15 minutes.
No. It'd be 1 minute longer than this movie. Anyways, so he gets abducted, right? And he starts waking up and he sees this bright light. And he said that he heard the aliens say something like, hey, he's waking up. Let's get out of here. They take off, right? But
he hears the aliens are speaking English.
He figured it out. He said what they said would have been to the effect that let's get the hell out of here. So he just kind of figured it out. But anyways, but they gave him all this knowledge that he wrote a song in 1975 to say it's all going to come to fruition in 2025, 50 years from now. And that's pretty spooky that he could write a song in 1975 and said, check out 2025.
What's going to come to fruition?
And we're all going to know. I'm just telling you what I heard. So check it out for yourself.
Better TikTok. We're in November.
And that's where I saw it. Anyway, so back to the movie. So this movie, which is an hour and 14 minutes long.
Okay.
And in black and white.
Like this review.
Stop. Have I mentioned how beautiful Kim Parker is already?
Yes, you covered that.
So
you can check that off, Jeff.
Okay.
Check that off in the notes.
So part of this, they have to figure out what's going on, right? So they go
just like this.
They go hunting. They go hunting in the woods. You know, I know. They go hunting in the woods. They're going hunting for this thing. They got to find out what it is. They don't know. It's invisible, but they don't really know that yet. What happens is they talk to this professor, and this professor, he did it. He was working with mind, like he wanted to make thoughts physical. And
let's get physical.
Olivia Newton-John. So, and you wonder why I get derailed, and you wonder why I take sidebars.
I have no idea.
Well, now I want to talk about Olivia Newton-John.
I certainly never distract you.
I want to talk about that video.
I don't interrupt you.
Oh, no.
I always am very respectful to your reviews and say how fantastic they are.
Okay. So back to this thing. Anyways, so this, you're right.
How long is this movie?
If you don't know, I've already mentioned it. So the professor is working on this mind control thing to make thoughts physical. Well, what happens is going to be what could have happened, and probably what they thought of when they did this, but they didn't think of it until now. Mm-hmm. But it was later then that lightning hits the house. There's your 1.21 gigawatts. there's where Back to the Future got their stuff. Yeah. That supercharged his brain or whatever,
right? And
it created this fiend without a face. But
oopsie.
Oopsie is right.
Yeah, you don't want to do that all the time.
No, but I was kind of surprised because it didn't attack him. It wanted to escape, so it jumps out the window, right? But the thing of it is that
these aren't real.
Thank God.
They're pretty scary.
But this is what I'm getting at. Because then at the end when it starts ramping up, because of the fact that there was so much power that they became visible. Am I correct? There was so much.
There was some. They got to a certain power level, and all of a sudden
at the nuclear plant.
And I think what it was is They had just enough budget for that amount of film.
So what it turns out to be a brain and a spinal cord. But
And it like gets around like an inchworm.
because it's stop motion.
And what it
right?
does for the most part is jump at people and strangle them with their spinal cord.
Yeah. But is it stop motion, right?
Yes, it was using
not claymation.
stop motion effects with basically puppets being manipulated one frame at a time.
Which is pretty. I thought it was done well.
Very expensive process for a movie that
a
probably
B-movie.
cost $1.75 to make. Probably the catering order was more expensive than a lot of the days of shooting here.
Because don't you have to like move it and then take a picture and then move
Yep.
it? Yeah, that's insane.
I couldn't see you doing 3 frames without getting bored or saying,
Oh
that's
yeah.
it.
I
I'm
have
done."
no patience for that sort of stuff.
Oh my God.
It's luckily that I have enough.
Stop motion of... Jeff would be like, okay, get it out of here. That's enough.
It's
not
surprising.
enough.
It's surprising I have enough patience to go for an hour on this stuff. Anyways, but it's fun.
Sometimes it takes more than an hour.
Sometimes it does. So back to what I was going to say.
Back to the show.
Okay, so then you get to see these things, but they talk about when they're in that autopsy, they're saying that there's 2 puncture holes, so they're thinking it's a vampire. But what it does is it sucks out the brain and the spinal cord.
Did you also enjoy that they immediately jumped to vampire?
Did I say it again? Did I what?
They're like, oh, it's some sort of vampire.
Yeah.
It's like there are a million things that can bite you with 2 marks.
A bat.
Dogs, cats, wolves. You know, at first they weren't
Snake?
talking that it was something out in the wilderness. They go immediately to vampire, and not just a vampire, a mental vampire.
And think of this too. The spinal cord strangles them. So why aren't they thinking maybe a snake strangled them and punctured
If
their,
they thought it was
right?
something slimy, they should have checked the whereabouts of Craig Council.
He's down in Chicago. That's where he's going to end up.
You're welcome.
Anyways, thank you for that.
I gave it right to you. I handed it
I know.
to you.
I know.
It's nice of me.
But see, Tim, this is what there's so many of them at the end that.
There are like 30 of them.
So I'm wondering if when they kill the people, they suck it out, and then that's the brain and the spinal cord of that person. I don't know how they got to be so many of them.
This is getting very sexual. It's getting very sexual.
No, it's not. Not even close. Not even close.
Speaking
Kim
of
Parker.
sexual, do you know who was one of the great sex symbols of that time?
I hope it's Kim Parker.
That's right. Dick Van Patten, ladies and gentlemen. 1958 sex symbol. And the connection to this movie is an interesting one. Marshall Thompson, who is our lead,
Major
was
Cummings.
in the movie Good Morning Miss Dove, which also had Chuck Connors in it, a young Chuck Connors. And Chuck Connors went on to be in the movie Soylent Green, that I'm shocked to have learned had Dick Van Patten in there. I'm not quite sure. I saw it on the IMDb. I don't know what scene he was in. I'm pretty sure Chuck Connors was a cop. Because
What is
a big tough.
What is Soylent Green about it? And just
Soylent
do a quick.
Green?
Yeah.
The version of it is a movie with Charlton Heston. I believe it was made right after Planet of the Apes when he was doing this, and he did Omega Man around that time too. And the world is overpopulated, and he's a cop solving a murder in this incredibly way overpopulated world. If you look real close at that poster, that is a scene from the movie where they grabbed a bulldozer and just scooped people up to get them out of the way.
So
There's so many people.
Is it a time correct one? Like, was it shot in the 70s? It was 1970s, or is it like, you know what I'm saying?
It was shot in the 70s. It was supposed to be sometime in the future.
Oh, it was a future. Okay.
But, it was one of those future dates that we laugh at now. It was like, it was 1983, they said, or whatever.
Okay.
But it's an excellent movie. It has one of the most well-known twist endings, which I won't spoil here since I know you haven't seen it. But it's I think a really great movie. Last movie to feature Edgar G. Robinson. Okay. I bet you knew that too. Anyway, that's the Dick Van Patten connection.
So let me just...
Sex symbol of the 1950s.
Playing tennis. It's enough. That's all I remember.
That was his kids, right? Were professional tennis players?
One of his kids actually did ad work for Potawatomi.
Well, he was a gambler.
Yeah.
He was a poker player. I know that. Yeah.
But so I'm going to wrap this up here. So it isn't an hour and 14 minutes, my review. Exactly. There's another part of this that really kind of... So when the professor is talking, it makes me think of...
Use his words.
It makes me think of those old-time radio programs. Like Amos and Andy. Yeah. The Whistler is what I thought of first of all. I thought of the Whistler because I did a paper on that in college. But that is creepy. You're really good at that too, Tim.
I know.
Anyways, the Whistler did it a lot better. But anyways, the Whistler is one of those old-time detective programs that you hear on... Okay, all right. Very good. It's one of those old-time radio programs, and that's when he's describing how these Fiend Without a Face became to be, his whole process of it. It felt very much like that. Like I could have had my eyes shut in front of a radio.
Yeah, it was stage play.
Yeah.
At that point. Yeah.
So let's...
All right, let's get the score on this one.
Well, I don't know now. Anyways, so this movie, you all know I like a beginning, middle, end. I do, but
no quarters.
Oh, no.
I don't like eating the soup from the quarter.
No, you should. You should never eat soup from the middle. You want to eat it from the edges. Because it's better that way. It's cooler. But anyways, so this whole thing, but it's not... Maybe at that time, this was like, horror. This is more of a enjoyable movie for me. So it's hard for me to give it a score because I want to give it a really high score, but I also don't think it's that much horror related. I know it's sci-fi. I'm going to give it a 6 though, Tim.
It's creepy. There's a spinal tap running all over the place. They're turning things up to 11.
I'm spinal. I like that. I'm gonna give it a 6 though, Tim. I think that's fair.
All right, I think that's fair. It's an older movie, but I think if you haven't seen this movie, folks, and you're a horror fan, this one's ahead of its time. It's pretty brutal. Yeah.
And if you haven't seen this movie and you want to see how beautiful Kim Parker is, watch it just for that. She is stunning.
You are falling in love. Like a lot of people.
New merch this year, folks.
Why?
I love First Madness.
Let's make some merch money.
How did we sold 2 shirts?
That's the ones you know. I've got a black market for those things. On the dark web. Let's make some merch money. I'm thinking about getting coasters, and I'm thinking about getting tumblers, like Yetis. I don't know, man. I think we got a market going. I don't know. Still need those Yetis. Open it up, mosquito style.
That's when America was America. Just
yeah,
so you know.
America.
Hell yes. Hey, we want to remind everybody you can subscribe to Otherworldly Culture. Promo and promo.
Jeez. Don't confuse the people.
Promo action.
Don't confuse the people.
Subscribe to Otherworldly Culture. On YouTube is probably the best place to do it, but we're on all the socials. Check us out. Just like I always check out everything that Jeff does and shake my head slowly and walk away. On Thursdays, we have Dead on Thursdays with Dead on Movie Reviews, now streaming, and of course this program, Dead on the Bases. Great shows every week here on Otherworldly Culture. I almost call it deadon.com. No, or Otherworldly Culture.
I just say OWC.
Of course you do. Remember, you can subscribe to us on, 30, 40 different services, including iHeart, Podcast Index, Pocket Cast is my favorite, YouTube, Pandora. Pocket Cast, man. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Tim, there's such a joke in there, but I'm going to leave it go.
Okay. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what's coming on Monday?
What? Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Your name's right in there.
The quadruple M. Monday. No, 3 M's. What is it? Monday
It's 4. Yeah, it's quadruple.
Monday Mayhem with. Oh, there's a W.
So and Miller.
MMWMIM. Well, is McIntyre considered MI or just M? It's got to be M because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do MMM. So it's Monday Mayhem with McIntyre and Miller. And
Must Murder Miller.
Must watch.
Must murder.
Because it's actually just what it is. You throw spaghetti at the wall and whatever sticks is what we're going to talk about.
And that's how it comes out every single week.
Both ends.
But you can join us on
Monday.
Is it?
McIntyre, little Monday.
It isn't.
My dad.
Remember when we brought in that banjo troupe to do that? Do you remember that?
No, I was drinking heavily that night.
Okay.
My dad knows how to play the accordion.
Differentiate that a little bit, then
Differentiate what?
Well, you drinking heavily. That's every time.
Not tonight, folks.
All right, I believe you.
It's time for
me to take on a sports movie that I'm sure sucks.
wow.
Here we go with Alibi Ike.
My cursor doesn't work anymore.
Yes, it does.
Oh, there it is. I
It's
see it, I
right
see it.
there.
I got it. All right.
Oh my God! Hey, go ahead. Tell us how long it is. That's going to be your contribution.
This is no. You do yours. You do yours. I do mine.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do the quality show. Okay, here we go. Alibi Ike stars Joe E. Brown. Now, he was a big star back in the old days. There he is with his big old yapper. He's got a huge mouth up there. He was known for doing these long yells. It would be like, "Arr!" He did one or two in this movie. This is my childhood book, Joe Franklin's Encyclopedia of Comedians. Jeff, this is a book. What they did is they printed words in here so you could learn things.
See. Who's Joe Franklin?
He's just a guy who wrote this thing. I don't know.
Maybe he was a comedian.
I think he might have been. But he didn't put himself in here.
Oh.
So I give him props for that if he was. But this is a really good book, probably late 70s, early 80s. And I read this thing cover to cover.
How many pages?
Now, 346.
So that's sort of
And
like
the last one on here is Hetty Youngman.
there you go.
But, it's obviously, I don't think they've kept it up to date. But I really loved it when I was a kid and read this thing. Look at the great condition I kept it in because I just love this book.
Because the number of pages is sort of like equivalent to the running time of a movie. So we're going to throw that in the equation for now, people.
Alibi Ike, made in 1935, which makes this a 90-year-old film. Which is roughly the age of most of the jokes we use here anyway. I was worried. When I put this thing in, during the Warner Brother years of Joe E. Brown, Joe E. Brown was a circus performer before he went into comedy.
Dun, dun, dun,
And you can tell when he does acrobatic type stuff. And he's really good with the physical comedy. But when this movie starts, it is scratchy. It's like all this static. And I was like, oh God, is this one of these movies? Dracula actually has this problem. The original Dracula. It's like, it sounds like somebody's doing this the entire time during the movie because their sound recording equipment wasn't that great back then. This one, the copy we got, pretty good.
If he wasn't part of a circus, if he was never part of that, you would have thought with movies made at this time, when they're that physical, they probably start out with vaudeville because you had to be over and above on the stage, right? So you kind of like, I mean, that's with Abbott and Costello and all that. I mean, starting out on
You
stage.
really want me to go off on vaudeville?
No, because we don't have that much time.
I will, yeah.
But I mean, am I not right?
We're
I mean,
under time.
even plays now, they have to be more animated. So if you see that, I mean, there's a good chance that
Well,
they
I
started
think-
somewhere else.
I think he did do some silence. I can't recall exactly if he did some silence, but he would have been good in silence because he has a command
Right, there you
over
go.
his body.
Like this pitching windup.
But this movie, you can tell it's early on because they don't have a score to speak of. They got a little music at the beginning, like, "Hey everybody, we're doing a movie," and then at the end, "Hey, and the movie's done." That's it.
Do you think they needed a score though? It's at a ballpark. Maybe.
Yeah, it felt there were points where I'm like, like the love sequence. It would have been nice to have a little music in the background. What they did instead is he goes out onto a park bench with his girlfriend, played by Olivia de Havilland, and it is pouring rain. I'm not talking like a sprinkle. I'm talking it's a monsoon. Monsoon Matt is coming through.
No one would ever do that.
It was pouring, and they're sitting there having a casual conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this is idiotic. Now, it wasn't a Marx Brothers movie, because if it was a Marx Brothers movie and they did this, he would have started bringing out like newspaper and stuff that would obviously get destroyed in water. He didn't go that far. And I'm like, this is the only really comedic point to the whole movie, by the way. And I was like, you could have really paid this scene off. But then they come to the end of the thing, and it gets even worse. It was bad rain throughout, and then just go.
Well, the thing of it is that he takes her out on a date. It's raining when they leave.
Yes.
So they went to this bench and they sat down without an umbrella. And
not under a tree or anything.
No.
It's like,
No.
here I'll get really wet. I'll get really wet.
It made no sense. Sorry, but it didn't.
Just idiotic. But I understand they're trying to be funny. I think that's a lot of this movie is they're trying to be funny. They're just not succeeding very well. Like, he drives through the back of the baseball field, not once, but twice in the film. He steals vehicles, not once, but twice. So he's very comfortable with burglary. He's very comfortable with the destruction of public property. But once again, Jeff gives me a main character that's reprehensible as a human being.
He was trying to escape. Okay.
The movie was based on a story. It's either a story or a novella or something written by Ring Larder, who he is the guy that wrote the short story Haircut that everybody had to read in American literature class in their.
Who did? I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I only read.
Okay, everybody act surprised for 1 minute.
Wait a second, though. But I mean, I was never assigned that.
Oh God. Hey.
I was assigned Fahrenheit 451.
As you know, I was a substitute teacher for once.
Yeah.
I had to teach this damn
All
story
right.
once.
All right.
And so often. And Ring Larder actually was in one of our past movies as a character.
Really?
Which one was it? It was one around like the Chicago Black Sox or one of those.
Yeah.
That was
8 Men Out?
Was it 8 Men Out or did we watch Natural?
We watched The Natural also.
Maybe
yeah.
it was in The Natural. I can't remember, but he was a character in one of the movies that we did. Because he was a famous baseball writer.
Okay.
Which I can think of nothing that could put me to sleep faster than reading about baseball.
Wow. Okay. But you read part of it, didn't you?
I did read part of it, and it was a thing. There was a Jewish epitaph right at the beginning of the thing because of the use of the word Ike.
Oh,
Ike is
that's how they got it.
Ike is generally a Jewish name, and then he went off on that. Anyway,
did the book push Alibi as much as it did in the movie?
Well,
Because
I only read about 10 minutes worth of it.
Well, for me, that's like 1 page, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know what 10 minutes means.
But they were talking about it, but they were establishing the character. In this movie, they keep going back to, oh, there he is. He's alibiing again.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to laugh just because they said, oh, he's called out for these alibis. What would have been a good idea is make the alibis funnier. Would have been better.
Yeah.
Because most of them you go, oh, yeah, that could happen.
Par for the course.
Yeah. It's like, no, he should have been outlandish and ridiculous every single time and get worse and worse as he goes on. Or you do the classic Don Adams thing from Get Smart, where you say, would you believe 1 mile? No, I wouldn't believe 1 mile. How about a football field? How do you feel about 1 1/4 inches? One of those types of things. That would have been funny, but it just doesn't connect.
They just did it too much, and it got old for me. I mean, I enjoyed this movie, but it got old for me. It's not my review, but it just every other sentence was, "Oh, he's alibiing again." There's another alibi.
They push it, but hard.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know Joey Brown, which probably the only things you would know him from most modern audiences would be he had a bit part in "It's a Mad World." And he was the closing line in Some Like It Hot.
He had the closing line?
He gets the closing line, one of the best setup
Is
comedy lines of all time.
You don't have to say it. Because I don't.
What?
You don't have to say it.
Well, I'll tell you.
What if it ruins it for the movie?
Throughout the movie, he is making advances to Jack Lemmon, who is dressed up as a woman, because he believes that he's a woman. And he's a multi-millionaire, and Jack Lemmon is just coming up with, oddly, alibis why he couldn't marry this multi-millionaire. And he has a response each time. Well, you'll never get to meet my mother. Oh, that's okay. And, he's coming up with all these things.
Yeah.
And then finally Jack Lemmon takes off his wig and he says, I'm a man. And Joey Brown looks over at him and goes, well, nobody's perfect. It's the last line of the movie. It's hilarious. Perfectly timed.
Nice.
It's fantastic. Yes, I just spoiled another 60-year-old film.
I never saw that one. So.
But yeah, I'll give myself a spoiler alert on there.
Yeah, you should, because there's no sense of doing it.
Yeah, that was mean of me. Yeah. But anyway, it is one of the greatest final lines ever.
Okay.
Now, also in the cast, you have William Frawley. He's probably the best known actor that most people will catch immediately, because William Frawley was Ethel's husband on I Love Lucy. Another big star that was in there was Olivia de Havilland. Her younger sister is Joan Fontaine, Academy Award winner. She was a big deal back in the day. Now, one of the things that was the big comedy part of the act was the wind-up. He's a pitcher, and he does this wind-up that it looks like a cartoon, right? It looks like
Bugs
you're
Bunny.
do a cartoon like Bugs Bunny. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bugs Bunny cartoons, they copied this wind-up.
I would, yes.
For it. I think you would be called for a delay of game with the way that thing comes out there. It's pretty crazy. The other thing is, at one point, he's doing like a perfect game or something, and they're going to pull him out.
Yeah.
And, there's all this stuff. Nobody seems to care about the poor pitcher and his pitch count.
Thank God.
At all.
Thank God. Rob Manfred,
very
watch this
hurtful.
movie.
Very hurtful.
Yeah. No, I love that.
But, we should talk about...
Oh, he wasn't?
I don't think so.
I don't know. All right.
You can look it up some other time. Joey Brown is connected through It's a Mad World to Marvin Kaplan. Marvin Kaplan was one of the two gas station owners in It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, that is the gas station that Jonathan Winters takes apart with his bare hands. Marvin Kaplan went on to make Freaky Friday, which had Dick Van Patten in it because it was a Disney movie. It was made around that time. He was in all of them. So that's the Dick Van Patten connection.
On that note, DVP was born in 1928.
Oh, really?
Yep. Common knowledge.
Old fart.
Common knowledge.
Old fart. All right, and let's get a horror movie connection since we're talking about Joe E. Brown. He actually did have a horror movie.
He looks like he could be like a Frankenstein.
He definitely has a very animated face.
He does.
By his last film was 1963's Comedy of Terrors. It was an anthology film with Boris Karloff and Vincent Price. And he had a bit part in there. I think it was like a graveyard guard or something like that. I have not seen the movie. I am looking to remedy that. I think it was on Tubi or one of my streamers had it.
You'll enjoy it.
I'll be watching it. Of course, I'll enjoy it more than a freaking sports movie. And then Olivia de Havilland.
See,
Early in her career in 1943, which this movie was before that, but early in her career, she made The Dark Mirror. But then at the end of her career, and she was already a very famous star by this time, she made The Swarm. One of her last films. Ruth Donnelly, take a good look at that face. Yeah, that's the face of a loser. No horror credits to her name. That is a complete and utter shame.
how many chances did she have at that? How many movies did she make?
She made 104, more than Olivia de Havilland.
Nothing in 104 movies. Wow.
104 movies. Nothing I consider. Sometimes I look at the ones they have listed
I get
and
you.
I kind of go, yeah, bullshit. You know, I call it on there. Okay, then we have Roscoe Carnes, who is the rather mean teammate.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was always kind of picking on Joe E. Brown. He has 3 horror credits, one of them being 1930's The Gorilla. And I bring that up because another cast member, Paul Harvey, was in 1930's The Gorilla. So they went on to be in that same movie.
I'm looking at your cheat sheet there, and
Yes.
Paul Harvey was in 225 movies?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he made a lot of movies.
Holy cow.
Look at him.
Yeah.
When you need a bad guy,
Yeah.
let's get him over here.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, and he reads his line. He was very good in his part. His part was good. He was supposed to be intimidating bad guy.
Yeah.
Intimidating bad guy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, he did his thing. And then we have, of course, William Frawley from I Love Lucy. He did make a horror movie. He was in Bud Abbott and Lou Costello Meet the Invisible Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, that is not the same Invisible Man that shows up at the end of Frankenstein, which we did last season or 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Bud and Lou Meet Frankenstein. That was voiced by Vincent Price. When they made this one, the Invisible Man was actually a boxer that didn't, take a dive.
Yeah.
He became invisible, and then, Lou Costello is in a fight, and they see this little guy that Lou Costello was, and of course the Invisible Man is just beating the pus out of the guy, which really is manslaughter at that point. I mean, it's a little easy to win a boxing match when you are, in fact, invisible.
Yep.
It's not something that you should do. And actually, I think Lou Costello was surprisingly limited, is what I had heard. He was pretty acrobatic himself.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, it's time to give a grade on this sucker. And you can see what I have there on...
I do.
On my notes, but as I'm talking about this, I did like the movie a little bit more than when I first got off.
So I'm talking about...
Yeah, sometimes you gotta digest the film a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So, as my early Christmas present, because I am a gangsta rapper,
You're going to give it an 8.
Early Christmas... I didn't go blind. I'm giving it a 5.
All right. All right.
Extremely mediocre. Obviously, of the time, so you have to make allowances for that. Don't watch this movie and expect Bill Murray to make a cameo.
I wouldn't want
Though
to.
sometimes you see Michael J. Fox in, horror movies.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. You know what time of the show
No.
we're at?
No.
You never pay attention.
Oh, no, trivia
do
time.
you?
It's got to be trivia time.
You never pay attention. Hey, trivia time and trivia. 3 statements are made by one of the panelists. The other one has to guess which one is a big old fat ugly lie. Jeff, why don't you start with your 3?
We should be able to ask ourselves the questions and then answer them. No, that one.
It would be fair game for you. Go ahead.
Anyways. All right. Are you ready? Oh,
Ready.
There's another thing to these questions. There's a timer.
Yeah, you're very worried about the timer.
Well, it's because of me that we have a timer.
Yeah.
And it's a minute long, so you have up until it rings, and then once it rings, you have to give your answer.
It's 30 seconds long.
It's only 30?
Yes. I'm going to take a point from you, I think.
No.
All right, go.
Okay. It's 30 seconds. Seriously?
Tell it, yes.
Okay. Here's your here are your statements.
Go. I should put a timer on this part, too.
Wow. Come on. All right, here we go. Well, there's timers on pitchers on the pitcher's mound now. I mean, they got a pitch clock.
count. Get the pitch count going.
All right, anyway, so here are the 3 statements.
Pitch 1.
William Frawley's singing voice was said to be so fine and in tune that it is believed that he sang My Mammy before Al Jolson.
Okay.
One of the 2 Oscars that Olivia de Havilland won was for her Best Supporting Actress role in the 1940s Gone with the Wind. And
Who is in there? Okay.
And Joe E. Brown had natural baseball ability and pitched for the Milwaukee Brewers in 1885 and won 5 games for them. Start the timer. All right, so it's the Brewers.
You're trying to trick me, as always.
It's the Brewers. It's My Mammy, and it's an Oscar.
I bet you William Frawley does have a good voice because he seems like he's somebody that's got like a baritone or something to him. They have one of those in something. But see, there were no Brewers until the Seattle Pilots. Mm-hmm. And I think that was Bud Selig that actually bought them, right? Mm-hmm. So don't give me hints. No, I'm gonna say he did not. I'm sorry. Yeah, Joey Brown did not pitch for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a big old lie.
Okay, so you're wrong.
What?
Joey Brown actually did pitch for the 1885 Milwaukee Brewers. At that time, the Milwaukee Brewers were a minor league team, which is legitimately a professional baseball team. So the Brewers were a team here in Milwaukee.
1885.
Yeah.
When was Joey Brown born?
Anyways, the one that was the false one, just so everybody knows, it was Olivia de Havilland. She did win 2 Oscars, but she was only nominated for her role as Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind.
1885.
So, yeah.
Brown was born on July 28th, 1892 in Holgate, Ohio.
That's wrong. It's wrong. That's wrong. Boy, that's a great book there, Tim. That's why
I love that book.
That's why I don't read, because it gives you bad information.
1880. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Here we go.
Did you give yourself a 0?
Fiend without a... I did give myself a 0. Let's go. Here's the 3 items.
Uh-huh.
This movie nearly received the X rating in Britain due to its graphic content. As a result, it runs more than 10 minutes shorter in Britain than the US at the time of its release. Mm-hmm. Both of our films, Alibi Ike also, but this movie features smoking pipes in the film. The US's use of pipes with tobacco products peaked actually during Alibi Ike in 1920s, 1940s. By the 60s, in the late 50s when Fiend came out, it had already kind of fallen out of favor.
Okay.
And the third one, Fiend Without a Face, was shot in color, but they wouldn't get past the Hays Code with all that blood in red, so they released the film in black and white.
Okay, I have a couple questions.
Beautiful black and white.
What does
You can ask a lot of questions.
What is the Hays code? What is the Hays code?
Code is what we had instead of ratings in the U.S.
Okay,
at that time.
and then one other thing is the thing I think is
Remember King Kong was before the Hays code.
hold on. Don't confuse me.
Okay.
And then
I'm not going to confuse.
So
this
the
is
one
me not confusing you.
start talking. I gotta think about this. The one that's going to be false is going to be. There's no way they shot it in color and then changed to black and white. So that's the false one, the last one.
What do you mean there's no way? In 1958, they had plenty of color.
It's my answer. Don't try to dissuade me. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh,
God damn it.
that's what I'm talking about, folks.
Every damn time.
That's how you do it. You could put that timer at 10 seconds. I got this.
Every dang time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. There actually were some movies that did happen where they shot it and there was too much blood, so they would either change the color of the blood.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was one we did relatively recently that they had like green blood or goo coming out of something. They're like, yeah, that's so we could have more of it. Because red blood, that hits a different way.
So then, what did they do with the Wizard of Oz? If it was part black and white and part... And no, I want to ask you this.
I'm not going to spoil the Wizard of Oz for you.
Let me ask you this.
See it at the Sphere.
Yeah, I've never seen it. But listen. Answer this real quick and we'll get out of this. Was there a time where it wasn't black and white, but that, like, Wizard of Oz is kind of like a brownish and white? Is that...
That's called sepia, is that color. And that's just how that particular film stock didn't get those nice deep blacks as well. Okay. But actually, even silent films, they had color in some of those films because people would hand color.
Get out of here.
If you can believe it.
I can't. I have no patience for that either.
Oh, you would not be one of those guys. No. Hey, right now, Tim is still dominating Jeff. He looks like a little crumb there underneath my foot.
A whole
as
domination
I
of 2
continue
points.
to destroy him on a week-to-week basis. Now, the next attempt that Jeff will make to not be a complete laughing stock is...
Wait, where am I at laughing stock?
Absolute laughing stock. It's okay. We all enjoy the show.
Oh, wait, let me think about this.
Jeff just pissing all over his own shoe.
Let me think about this real quick. Oh, yeah. Season 10. Season 9 champion. Oh, that's me.
Oh,
all right, let's go. Go ahead.
Yeah. Season 10, inning 6. We're going to start with a sports movie. Jeff, why are you giving me the Mighty Ducks? Actually, other than you're going to be talking to the goalie pretty soon.
Actually, this is with Emilia Estevez.
Monday Mayhem.
I've never seen this movie, so I kind of want to watch it. This gives me an opportunity to watch it, and then, so there you go, Tim.
The Emilio Estevez.
Have you ever seen this?
I have seen this movie because I don't live in a goddamn bunker down underneath
the river.
How do you miss stuff that you haven't seen? The Wizard of Oz is the one that still blows my mind.
I've never seen it, so I'm gonna see it.
You were a kid when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen this at Budget Cinemas where you worked.
The Mighty Ducks or the Wizard of Oz? What are we talking about?
Not the Wizard of Oz.
No, but the Wizard of Oz. I mean, I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen the whole thing together because some of the stuff freaked me out, and I'm like, I'm done watching this.
Okay, I understand.
Okay,
I understand. Okay, Society. I even read the book. Okay, is Society?
Wait a second. Wait. Time out.
Yes.
The Wizard of Oz is a
book.
No, The Wizard of Oz is a book too.
Yeah, there was about 30 of them. There were like 30 books by Frank L. Baum.
You have to read them all for the whole movie, or just one is a movie?
The first one was adapted into the movie, and let me tell you, it's not very similar. There's similarities. Obviously.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me about.
Okay, Society was made by that High Society, which had Bing Crosby in it. It was a musical based on the Philadelphia story. No, Society is a horror movie done by the team that made Reanimator, which I know you love.
All right. I can get down with that.
This is going to be, it's a little bit of a slow burn, but once it gets going, it's a lot like Fiend Without a Face. You go, whoa, what's going on? that's the type of movie it is.
Okay.
It's very freaky.
If you're comparing it to Reanimator, I can get down with that.
It is one of the big movies to influence body horror, which is a particular type of horror.
Really?
And you will know more about body horror, probably more than you ever wanted to know, after watching Society.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So, I hope you're looking forward to it, because we're all looking forward to you seeing it.
Yeah.
Actually, the movie most people were interested to hear your reaction to recently was Barbarian. People really wanted to hear how you were going to react to that one.
Yeah, but you know what? I did give it a 9, and I mean,
You did?
it was well put together. It was well done.
Just like me, folks. Well put together. Just a picture of health.
And we're taking a little break here for a while.
Yeah, we're taking a little break over Christmas because I do not watch horror movies during Christmas.
Okay.
I do not. Though I am going to watch The Killing Tree, about a killing Christmas tree that goes around and kills people.
That's so fake.
It's on two.
Who's gonna?
No kidding, it's fake.
That could never happen.
Christmas trees are the number one cause of murder in the country.
That would never happen.
Go around with a knife.
I wouldn't even waste my time. No one would believe a Christmas tree would kill anybody.
We'll see how long I make it into the movie, because a lot of times I go in and go, okay, I'm going to watch this movie. Like there was one with a nutcracker that went crazy. I tried watching that.
Are you serious?
I was like 15 minutes in, and I said, my life is not long enough to include this in it.
What I do with that is like I do with Zombievers. I started watching it, and I'm like, oh, this isn't for me. And then I just watch it and fast forward, and then I'm done.
I go to radio, or I stop the movie. Radio is where I just pop open the laptop and I start going through Facebook.
While the movie's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to survive it. But a lot of times now, I'm like, screw this. My life ain't long enough.
Why do you call it radio?
Because I don't even look at the screen.
Oh, it's all audio. I got you. Yeah. Okay.
But,
fair enough.
Hey, everybody. It's time to close the crypt and call the game. Thank you for watching. And remember to share and subscribe to our show and feed. You can find the show at otherworldlyculture.com and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Pandora, iHeart, TuneIn, Spotify, YouTube, and other fine places that you find podcasts. And remember, everybody, if it's sports,
it's a home run.
And if it's horror, run home. We're dead on the bases, and we'll see you next time. Otherworldlyculture.com.
Book going.
That's a safety tip from your friend Jeff. Don't walk and read, people. Don't do it.
I hope you all have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Subscribe, like, and comment on our posts all over social media and our site, otherworldlyculture.com.